Hi, my name is Marcus. I had the same education as many people. After that, I went to college, completed a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in information systems. I'm no particular type of researcher, just someone that's curious and intrigued by new and fascinating things. What I wanted to share with you today is an idea I was introduced to about 5 or 6 years ago. Life's been keeping me pretty busy since then, so this is the first time I've had to actually put down into video something that I think is truly fascinating. If you think about the things I'm going to show you really hard, I'm confident you'll see why I find these facts so incredible and why you, like me, might start to wonder why you've never heard them before. Let me start with one very important caveat. I consider myself to be an objective person. If you can provide me with enough objective facts, you might be able to convince me that the earth is flat, that water isn't wet, or that there aren't 12 inches in a foot. Short of the facts, however, you're going to have a very hard time convincing me of anything, because I'm objectively sincere when I tell you that I have a willingness to believe factual information. I don't have an agenda, I don't have a job that relies on you believing any lie I might force feed you, and I don't have a career cataloging research that might go down the tubes if any truth might come along that would contradict my findings or life's work. I don't have an opinion I'm trying to get you to go along with, hence why I'm simply offering these incredibly staggering facts for your review. Good luck, post your own objective findings as comments to this video, and I'll look forward to hearing your thoughts. Happy researching.
So we're here on the mighty Matanuska River in Palmer, Alaska. As this river flows, a few things happen. This is what's really interesting about it. It will pull off dirt, sand, all kinds of debris. And as it goes on down its path, it will literally deposit this someplace where the river stops. That's generally in an ocean or in a lake, some other body of water. We have literally 27 billion tons of sediment that are deposited into our oceans each year. Here's the problem. There is no known mechanism that we have been able to find that can explain why we don't have far more deposits of sediment than what we currently do. The amount of sediment that we have now that's accumulated on the ocean floor strongly suggests that the earth couldn't possibly be billions of years old. Now that in itself is pretty interesting, but when you also couple it with the fact that at current erosion rates, so the actual speed that this is pulling dirt and sand off now, at those current rates, our earth would literally be completely underwater. In other words, be completely eroded in less than 10 million years. How could that possibly be if the earth is billions of years old? We should have ceased to have any land above water a long, long time ago. So as you can brightly see behind me, we have this great sunspot, glorious, beautiful day today. There's an interesting phenomenon about the sun. It shrinks literally at a rate of 1% per century, or about 5 feet per day. That means that just 20 million years ago, the Earth and the sun would have been touching each other. Now, if we are 1 or 2% closer to the sun than we are right now, as far as stellar bodies are concerned, life on Earth wouldn't be possible. But if they would have been touching just 20 million years ago, how exactly do we have an Earth that's billions of years old? That's impossible.
We're at the Ted and Catherine Stevens Center for Science and Technology Education in Kenai, Alaska. The nice thing about this center is that it's going to allow us to focus on the environment of space. It's going to allow us to dial in with very, very detailed scope exactly what it is that we're trying to look at in space. The sun, the moon, many of the other planets, all of these things happen inside of the vacuum of space, and that's what this place is all about. Let's go check it out. Mission control. I can't do it, Captain. Okay. So, enough playing around. I'm going to come out of this clean room here and fall to the earth. Speaking of falling, meteorites fall on Earth's surface almost every day. Now here's the interesting thing about this. If we are billions of years old and we have about a mile's worth of depository material on Earth's surface, then we should find a lot of these meteorite fragments in every layer of the Earth, especially deep, because it's been accumulating over, again, billions and billions of years. Scientists are often incredibly surprised to find that they only find these meteoritic materials in the very shallow parts of Earth's surface, or the very top parts of Earth. Again, something you wouldn't think possible if the Earth were billions of years old. They've even undertaken in-depth studies to look inside of the Grand Canyon, inside of the many layers, to try to look for these meteoritic deposits, which again, they're just never finding them there. Strongly demanding again, the Earth can't possibly be billions and billions of years old. Have we ever heard of the lunar crisis? Here's the interesting thing about the so-called lunar crisis, and it's actually not so-called, it's actually very much a crisis if we're trying to determine, again, billions of years old for the Earth. Basically, if the moon started out right next to Earth, it would move to its present position, because it moves away from the Earth at just a few inches every year. It would be in its present position if it started near the Earth in 1.2 billion years. Now, if you work that in reverse, and you bring the moon back towards Earth at that same rate, then in very, very short time less than 1.2 billion years, in fact, we're talking millions of years, all of the tidal forces from the moon, which we now have, which cause the ocean tides, which cause many of the effects that we see at Earth's surface today, they would have been so powerful that they would have caused the water to sweep over the top of every single mountain here on the planet. Again, strongly demanding that the scientific evidence supports the notion the Earth can't possibly be billions of years old, much less hundreds of millions of years old.